Ma'am, may nagtatanong dito sa ating mga televiewers. Ang UNCLOS daw na hindi kinikilala ng China on the aspect ng South China Sea, West Philippine Sea dispute, pwede naman daw pag-usapan kasi yung arbitral ruling pala, ma'am, hindi naman talaga categorically nag-award, kundi nagsasabi siya na kailangan mag-usap ang China at Pilipinas sapagkat hindi pumasok ang China sa voluntary arbitration. And so therefore, the role should be ang pag-uusap, ang unang-unahin, hindi po yung paggigirian at pagkiskisan. At yun ang binabanggit mo, change of mindset. What would it take for President Marcos Jr. to go the extra mile, the way you are now telling the country and the people listening to you na walang mawawala kapag nakipag-usap ang isang leader sa bagay na ang patutunguhan ay kapayapaan at kaunlaran at hindi digmaan at kamatayan? Go ahead po, Professor Carlos.
What will it take? What it will take is for Xi Jinping to put bit on his shared future, shared resources, and shared prosperity. Where is the base, no? Ano ba yan? Ano lang yan? Laway lang ba yung sinasabi niya, sharing? Lagyan niya ng lagyan niya ng laman yan. No, the president is a very rational person. He's a very decent person. The way I know him when I was there at the cabinet, and I think he is really trying his darndest best to bring us to a better Philippines. So please, we elected him with a great majority. Let us help him succeed. Hindi yung po pwedeng every 2 days gusto natin nga patalsikin siya. Ba't natin ginagawa to? Napagtawanan na nga tayo ng buong rehiyon. Why are we doing this? No? So let us support him, and sana, kung nakikinig ng mga Chinese decision makers, please, it is your move. No, there is already a memo, a MOA between the Chinese Coast Guard and the Philippine Coast Guard. Gamitin ninyo yung MOA na yan. There's a legal framework for you to continue talking, no? Because if we stop talking, I'm sure you know the alternative is unacceptable, Eric.
Correct. And we respect your opinion, ma'am, to that. Political stability must come from within. At I agree to you, ma'am, na bagamat may mga opinion na hindi tumutugma sa pamumuna ni Pangulong Marcos Jr., you believe that the President deserves a time to prove himself in office, and because of the mandate given in a popular and democratic elections. We respect that point of view na ibinabahagi po ninyo, Professor Carlos. But nonetheless, may tanong dito, mama, na pumapasok sa ating talakayan at gusto naming banggitin sa inyo ito. Do you believe that if the political bickering, which is also undeniable between the Duterte and the Marcos, kung maayos nila ito, makakatulong at makakapagpabilis ang linya ng komunikasyon at channel of diplomacy na pwedeng bumukas ang China, of course, sabi mo nga, with condition of sincerity. Hindi yung good time lang tayo nila para pasakayin. Kung hindi, re-respetuhin nila tayo bilang isang bansa. The way we assert our independence also sa iba pang mga bansa kagaya din ng Estados Unidos, which should be the line of our foreign policy and foreign interaction direction. Do you think the bickerings in politics, kapag nasettle ito, makapagpapabilis po ito ng pag-de-escalate ng sinasabi ninyo and become a functional dialogue towards diplomatic resolution of the conflict in the South China Sea issue? How do you look at that, ma'am?
Yeah, absolutely. Kasi alam mo, yung previous past administration and the present administration, dapat magkapit kamay kayo, no?
Yeah.
Ako naman sa akin, noises lang to sa ating politics, entertainment nga for some, eh. So, pero tama na yan. Topic already, nakakayamot na kayo, no? Ganun ba? So,
tama po kayo.
Ang laki-laki ng ng challenges ng bansa, eh. Yung mga noises na yan, these noises really should stop, no? And yes, this will, if we hold hands together and really resolve these major challenges, bakit nasa gitna ng politika natin ito? At tayo'y nakaka-retard ng ating economic growth, no?
Tama.
What we want to do is really to eradicate poverty. Huwag natin gamitin yung verb na alleviate. It's to eradicate poverty because it can be zero. It can go to zero after. Huwag gamitin yung alleviate, no? And we can do that only pag magkapit kamay tayo. Corny man sabihin, it is really when we take collective undertaking that we win, no?
Yes.
At siguro an additional comment,
ahead,
no, as from a geopolitical perspective.
Go ahead po.
Dapat natin ding alamin na ang talagang hidwaan is between China and US.
Yes.
So, hindi kayong maglabanan, hello, and gusto nyong gera, mag-gera kayo sa sarili nyong teritoryo at wag nyo kaming sinasabit-sabit yan.
Yun.
Okay? So, mabuti na track mo din daw, Eric, na September 2023 pala niya sinabi yon.
Opo.
And let's hold him on his word. As I said, to repeat, the President is a very decent person. He's doing his darndest best to bring us to a better Philippines.
Correct. And we like your point of view. Ang mundo ay hindi kailangan paghatian sa hegemonya at imperyo ng Amerika at China. Sapagkat yun ay dapat sa kapakinabangan ng humanity, the way you took off your argument kanina. At kaya nga nagkakaroon ng mga gyera dahil sa ganid sa ekonomiya, sakim sa politika at kapangyarihan. At tama po kayo, ang primarya dito na nag-aagawa ng postura ng paghari-harian sa mundo ay hindi ang Pilipinas at mga karatig bansa, kundi ang Amerika at China, na dapat isettle nila ito without damaging the geopolitical and interregional stability ng ating rehiyon. We agree completely to that point of view ni Professor Carlos. Ma'am, may gustong magtanong din sa inyo dito. Total, nandito na po kayo. How would you react na imbis na ang kausapin ni Pangulong Marcos Jr. ay ang ASEAN, yung kanyang mga neighboring counterparts sa pagpapalagay ng estabilidad at ng linya ng diplomasya sa China, si Zelensky, na ang kanyang mental state sa digmaan ay hindi pa natatanggal, the madness for war which destroyed this country, ay sinabayan niya yung pagkauhaw ni Putin sa pananakop sa kanyang teritoryo. How do you react to this, having Zelensky in our country sa gitna ng tension sa China, na may mga looming concept of possible war? Go ahead po, Professor Carlos.
Eric, we've always been the most hospitable country in the whole world. No?
Of course.
So ito si Zelensky ata wanted to see President Marcos to seek his moral support for what I'm sure you know what's happening in Ukraine.
Yeah, opo.
No, ang nadinig ko dun sa, nabasa ko sa news ata kahapon yun, and failing to see Marcos in Singapore, so total, naduduroan lang naman ng Pilipinas, nagpunta na siya dito. Ang hinihingi lang naman niya is really moral support. Mukhang magkakaroon sila ng summit sa Switzerland soon, ano?
Yeah.
At humihingi siya ng mga medicines and ano. Kung ang North Korea nga, binibigyan natin mga pagkain at medicine, bakit hindi sila?
Sa bagay.
Diba?
Yeah, we agree.
So, bakit hindi sila? So, why not? No, total, parang whistle stop nga lang ang punta niya dito. Hindi nga natin nalaman, dumating tapos umalis, no?
Tama.
So, let us accept him. This is a nation at war. There are hundreds of these people already who have been killed because of the decisions of political leaders.
Tama.
And yun, let's be one in really supporting a country which has been the victim of the politics of Europe and Russia.
Yeah.
And alam mo, ang Ukraine dati talaga is yung granary talaga siya ng grain, ano?
Correct.
At alam mo daw ang Eric, yung yung lupa diyan ay black.
Opo,
Kasi
ma'am.
ang ganda-ganda ng miski siguro isang anong seed ang itapon mo dyan, tutubo mag-isa.
Correct.
So, can you imagine biglang huminto yung ganyang kanilang economy because of the decisions of leaders of Europe as well as Russia na alam na natin itong mga calisthenics na to, na wag na nating pahabain at palaliman pa yan. Pero yes, he came here, he visited, the President received him and some of the government officials, and that's good. And I think the President promised to give some aid, medicine, yung ating makakaya, and that is good also.
Correct. And maganda yung sinabi ninyo, Mama, it is cultural and traditional for the Filipinos to be always hospitable. At hindi nangangahulugan kapag tumatanggap tayo ng bisita, ay sumasang-ayon din tayo na sundin ang karanasan nila. Mabuting paghalawan ng lesson, hindi naman kailangan tayo maging bastos sa kanila. I agree to that point. Even in times of war sa Holocaust, isa po ang bansang Pilipinas, alam ko po ma'am na mas alam ninyo ito sa kasaysayan, na tumanggap ng mga na pe-persecute at pinagpapatay ng mga Hudyo na mga kababayan nila, at dito sa Pilipinas ay sila po'y kinalinga sa panahon ni President Manuel Quezon. Tama po kayo, at dapat tayo makipagkaisa doon sa mga nabibiktima na mga mamamayan ng Ukraine at ng Russia na rin sa kabaliwan sa digmaan ng mga leaders ng mga bansang ito.